Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I would take you guys along with me on my day and share with you my almost daily habits that have helped me clear my skin in only 2 months. And while I feel like majority of the improvement that I've seen has come from my skincare routine, these have definitely contributed to speeding up the process. So I hope you guys find some tips and tricks that can help you guys out. So the first habit that I have for you guys is to change your sheets. In fact, that's all your linen. Obviously, I don't do this every single day because I don't have time for that much washing, but I did do it today. And I know the task is like super tedious and time consuming and it's a lot of effort, but I highly recommend that you change your pillowcases at the very least multiple times a week. That's what I've been doing, because if you think about it, how many times have you woken up like drooling on your pillow? And obviously that's gonna breed bacteria onto your pillowcase, and your face is planted inside your pillow for like multiple hours in a night, or at least it should be. So definitely make an effort to at least change your pillowcases multiple times a week. We have like these weird bed rules where we can't have outside clothes inside the sheets. So for example, I'm wearing workout clothes right now, but that's because they freshly cleaned out the wash. Like once I go out there and I do my workout, you're not coming into bed with that kind of thing. So we try and keep our bedding as clean as possible, and we only get into bed with like pajamas or like inside clothes. I know that's kind of weird, but it works for us and it keeps our bedding clean. Another thing that I want to mention is to change your towels, particularly your face towel. I do this every single time I dry my face. I just have a little box that I keep with a big stash of face towels, and I change them out every single time I use them. Again, a little bit of washing, but they're not so bad because they're quite small. With that, let's get into the rest of the day and the most important part of the day, coffee. So the next habit that I have for you guys is to keep it clean. And what I mean by that is to make sure that you're keeping your diet as clean as possible. I know you've heard it like a million times before, but drinking enough water is so important to keep your skin just generally hydrated. I generally aim for about 2 to 3 liters a day, depending on whether I'm working out or whether I'm really sweaty that day or not. And if you're someone who's trying to increase the amount of water that you're getting in for the day, I read this book called Atomic Habits, and basically it talks about attaching a new habit to an old habit that you already have, and that works really well for something like this. So for example, leave a glass of water by your bedside, and when you wake up you just finish it before you get out of bed. That sort of thing makes the act of drinking water quite mindless and not a difficult task for your mind to process and remember, and you get all the water that you need for the day if you put it in enough places. Another thing that I know people know but it's really difficult to implement is to clean up your diet. So if you have a trigger and you know that you have a trigger, for example, I know some people's acne gets much worse when they eat things like dairy or sugar or something like that. I really recommend cutting that out for a duration of time, just so you can confirm that it's your trigger, and then avoiding it altogether. Obviously, you can't avoid foods entirely and you're going to have it once in a while, but just having it in moderation. Another thing that I want to mention is something that my dermatologist actually taught me, and she mentioned that high GI diets are often really bad for adult acne. So I've really been trying to cut down on sugars. Obviously I still have them. I love dessert. I have the biggest sweet tooth ever, but that's something to keep in mind when you're trying to decide what meals to eat and when you're trying to get rid of adult acne. Anyway, now that I'm caffeinated, it's time for me to get my workout in for the day. I'm actually so unfit, oh my god. The next habit I have, in the words of Rachel Hollis, girl, wash your face. Now I am not like an avid workout human being. As you can see, I am really unfit. So I've been getting into the habit of washing my face immediately after I have done anything that has caused me to sweat. For example, working out or just cleaning the damn house and walking to a room. I sweat for that too. I don't let my face stay sweaty. I want to wash that off immediately and prevent any pores from being clogged by the sweat that sits on top of my skin. And I find that this helps prevent those really deep, nasty breakouts. I used to previously just wait after I've worked out before I showered or washed my face or anything, and that really made my skin break out a lot worse than before. So this is kind of like a prevention habit. So it's time for me to jump into the shower. So I'm just busy doing my morning skincare routine, and I've made a video on that before if you guys want to check it out. My next habit that I've been getting into is to not contaminate. And what I mean by that is don't contaminate anything that touches your face, like your skincare products. So I mentioned previously that I leave 1 to 2 minutes between each product that I put on. I make sure not to touch anything else. It's so tempting to pick up my phone and want to scroll during that time, but I don't. I make sure my hands are washed before I start putting on my products, and I don't touch anything in between. Because if you're putting your finger into something that is a jar, for example my eye cream, I have to run my finger into it. It's not a pump bottle. You don't want to put bacteria into your products and just let it breathe there and then put it back onto your face, you know. And then another one is I see so many people taking their skincare products with dropper bottles and like putting it onto their face directly, and if there's any bacteria onto your face, you're basically inoculating your bottle, and you don't want to do that. So I make sure to actually just drop this into the palm of my hand instead, and then apply it to my face. So I'm just going to finish my skincare routine, and then it's time for me to get a little bit more presentable. So the next habit that I have for you guys is to take off your makeup. Today I'm just doing a really light layer of makeup, nothing intense. I don't generally wear makeup on a day-to-day basis actually. I pretty much always go barefaced, but from time to time I do wear a light layer of makeup like today. I don't do anything hectic at all. I pretty much let my skin breathe, and I find that this prevents you from breaking out further. So if you're someone who, like me, likes to cake on the makeup, I mean I still do it for special occasions, this is a really good habit to get into. I know I'm privileged in that I work from home generally, so I don't really need to wear makeup like day to day, and I don't. But when I do put a light layer of makeup on, I try to avoid things like foundation or really heavy foundations. I would opt for a CC cream or a BB cream instead. And look, I know it's so difficult when you have breakouts, like active breakouts on your face, and you want to cover them up, but putting on more makeup, I realized, actually makes my breakouts look worse. Another thing to avoid if you have active breakouts is like highlighter on your breakout. It will actually enhance the look of the bump that you have on your face, so don't do that. I recommend spot concealing instead of doing heavy foundation, heavy concealer, and just like packing it onto your face. This takes a lot of courage to leave the house with a bare face and you have active breakouts, I know. So one step at a time, you know? Another makeup related habit that I have for you guys is to wash it off. Wash it off. Louder for the people at the back. Do not go and sleep with makeup on. First of all, that's disgusting and you're just adding more bacteria to your pillow. Secondly, it's really not great for your skin. Long term and short term, it's gonna make you break out. Another thing that I've been getting into has been washing my beauty sponges and my brushes every single time I wear makeup. Now, like I said, I don't necessarily wear makeup every day, so this is not a frequent thing. And I know for some people who like go to work and wear makeup and stuff, that's not really feasible, but as often as possible, I guess. I have a really cool technique for washing my sponges that works so well. Essentially, all you want to do is take a bar of soap, any soap, then wet your beauty blender and the bar of soap. I run this under like warmish water, and you want to rub them into each other. So just keep rubbing the beauty blender into the soap and rinse it out, and then rub again and rinse it out. And I promise this has been the only method that has actually worked for me. Every other technique that I've tried still leaves makeup on my beauty blender. So give this a try and prepare to be amazed is what I'm saying. It also makes your beauty blender last so much longer, so that you don't have to buy it like as often as you would. It saves you money. I'm trying really hard nowadays not to apply too much heat to my hair, so I'm resisting the urge to curl my hair right now. I washed it last night and I let it air dry, and this is what I'm left with, a frilly hot mess. But anyway, my next habit is to keep your hair on your head. And what I mean about that is to make sure that your hair is cleaned regularly. I know it's such an effort to like wash your hair all the time, and it's not actually good for you, but I think there's a good middle ground that I've gotten into. I've started washing my hair more often, and so the products that I've put on my hair aren't running off onto my face, and the oils that are in my hair aren't running off into my face. And this has been the biggest game changer in terms of the texture on my forehead and breakouts along my hairline. Keeping my hair clean prevents the oils from running onto my face, and I make sure that when I do put products into my hair, I am avoiding my hairline. Now that I look vaguely presentable, it's time for me to actually start my day and get into work. I have a meeting and a lot of work to do, so let's get started. My final tip for you guys is don't touch it. As an avid face toucher, I need help myself. I continue to touch my face, especially when I'm working, and because I have allergies, I feel the need to like rub my eyes and my nose and stuff. And it's so bad because if you think about it, like with the pandemic going on, I think people are now starting to realize that your hands actually carry a lot of germs. and you really don't want to be putting that onto your face, especially if you have like an active breakout or something that's open. You really don't want to be spreading that or putting new germs on top of your face. So I really need to stop doing this, and I've tried to make a conscious effort not to, but I've been somewhat unsuccessful. If you guys have any tips, please let me know in the comments. I really need to get over this habit because I feel like it's holding my skin back, you know? And lastly, just like, don't pick at your face. I know it's really hard, but I have had instances all the time actually where it's like the tiniest thing on my face, I pick at it and it becomes a giant tumor growing on my face. So just don't pick at your skin, you know? And last of all, just like, be patient and consistent. I know this is so tough and you feel the urge to just kind of want to get rid of the acne on your face, and it really annoys you and it makes you feel really self-conscious, but be gentle, be kind on yourself. So with that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.